The scheduled meeting of the Kingston City Council. I'd like to ask everyone to please stand. Mr. Brown will lead us in invocation, and Mr. Wright to lead us in the pledge to flag.
Pray with me, please. Heavenly Father, thank you for these people that are here tonight concerning the business of the city of Kingston. And thank you for all that you've done for us today, for the beautiful day you've given us. But tonight, a little bit different, as we celebrated Veterans Day yesterday. I'm going to ask that everyone just take a moment of silence for those veterans who have died, so that we can have this meeting and for those that are living. Join me in a moment of silence, please. Thank you. And as always, we give you praise for sending your Son, Jesus Christ, who died on the cross for us, to forgive us of our sins. And God's children said,
Amen.
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you, Mary Seaver. Madam Clerk, you please call roll.
Councilmember Brown.
Here.
Councilmember
Present.
Councilmember Quinn.
Present.
Councilmember Johnson.
Present.
Councilmember Martin.
Present.
Councilmember Wright.
Present.
Mayor Dixon.
Present. To hear a motion to approve the previous minutes is written.
Make the motion.
Second. Motion by Mrs. Bryant, second by Mr. Quinn. Mr. Bryant, any corrections or deletions of the minutes?
No, sir.
Mr. Quinn? No, sir. Council? Madam Clerk, call the roll on the minutes.
Councilmember Bragg.
Yes.
Vice-Mayor Brown.
Yes.
Councilmember Quinn.
Yes.
Councilmember Johnson.
Yes.
Councilmember Martin.
Yes.
Councilmember Wright.
Yes.
Mayor Dixon.
Aye. Now the citizens' comments and persons wishing to appear in proclamation. We have a lot of people here tonight, and it's because of the celebration we had a couple of weeks ago when Kingston's birthday. And during that time, the high school and the middle school and elementary school did essay contests, poster contests. Just a fantastic job. Before I do that, I want to give 3 proclamations to the DAR. One of the proclamations is that proclaiming that this month, November 1st was National Family Literacy Day, proclaiming that November 24th is National American Indian Heritage Month, and a proclamation recognizing the patriotism, sacrifice, and service of our veterans. I'll come down in just a minute and give those to you guys. And also, I'm going to ask County Commissioner Hamilton, who was very instrumental in getting the schools lined up for this birthday celebration, help us out to come forward after that, and we'll start giving out the prizes to all the children. Yes.
We are delighted to honor the efforts of our students during this celebration of the Kingston's 225th birthday. We have several of them here. We're going to ask that when we call the names of the students, that the students would come forward and you would meet the mayor, receive your prize, as well as your certificate, as well as a certificate from the DAR. Then you would just kind of hold off to the side so that we may get a picture of you and your group of your school. So thank you. The first winners we're going to call tonight is the art contest from Rome County High School. First place, Naomi Testa of $100. Is Naomi here? She's on the way. You can look at her work. Okay, second place, Sydney Steimel. Second place, $50. Third place, Ava Jane Sandoval of $25 for her rendition of Bethel Standard. So if you want to get a picture with the mayor here, yeah, and our representative, just kind of get it close. Cindy, you want to get on this side? Perfect. Okay. Naomi, first place. Let's give a round of applause for Naomi. You may not know this, but some of our students' work is being displayed at the Knoxville Museum of Art, and so you'll want to make sure that you check that out. We are very proud of these students. Thank you all. We also want to recognize school board member Jody Meduski here helping tonight. Thank you so much for being here.
I know you're fine. You have to leave the wrestling.
The second contest was the Cherokee Middle School essay contest, so we're honored to recognize these students tonight. First place, Connor Best, $100. Okay, go ahead. Second place, Edie Barty, $50.
Congratulations.
And third place, Jack Joseph.
Woo, clap.
These essays are on display back there, so you may want to read those before you leave tonight. So students, if you'll kind of get over here toward the mayor and with our DAR representative to get your picture made, that'd be great. The honorable mention, yes, thank you, Lily Phillips.
Hold your certificate.
Can you look ahead?
There you go, Jack.
Thank you, Cherokee Middle School students. We also want to give a round of applause for Claire Clark. She is the one who organized this, so she's in the back, so we thank you so much. Our third contest was Kingston Elementary, the poster contest. We had Amy Jones, who is not in attendance today, but she teaches third grade at Kingston Elementary, who organized this contest for us. We are very appreciative to her for her efforts. First place, Laurel Jones of $100, fifth grade. Good job. Second place, Lakin Kilburn of $50. In third place, Rowan Shell of $25. We're very proud of these students.
That's good, right there. Awesome. Our final contest was from the Rome County Homeschool Co-op. I'm not sure if we have any students here, but we're going to go ahead and call their names, so we'll give them a round of applause whether they're here or not. First place, Aubrey Ray for the rendition of Fort Southwest Point, $100. Second place, Zach Johnson. You can see his back there of the rendition of the Kingston United Methodist Church, $50. In third place was a family project. The Bund family, Daxton, Gabe, Jeff, and Skylee. Third place for the rendition of First Baptist Church. That concludes our awards tonight. Thank you, Robert Shannon.
They won't even show us the awards.
If any of you guys had a chance to go and see the art setup they had at the community center during the birthday celebration, it was fantastic. Before we continue on with our meeting, I've got one more thing to present tonight. I would like to ask the city council to come down here with me, and also Miss Stephanie Wright, this being her last meeting tonight. I have a presentation for her too.
We don't learn.
That's how you. That's how you. Steffi's been with us for 8 years now and decided not to run for council again. In the last 8 years, this council has done a tremendous amount to make Kingston a better place to live, and she's been a part of it. And we wanted to give her this recognition tonight for 8 hard years of dedication.
I appreciate it.
Thank you very much.
Got me going.
Waiting for a child. Yes, ma'am. State your name and address, please. Does this have to do with water or city business? Water and sewer? Yes, you will need to.
Sorry.
No problem. Yes.
D. Wilson. Mr. Mayor. Paint. The library. We worked on it for a while. I told you before, I've learned a lot about democracy. And just an eye-opening and great education. And Thursday night, if y'all got your email, we're having a little library board at 5:30. You got it there? Good deal. We want you to show up, please. As a thank you. There'll be a short program. We're going to have someone from the state library board to be there and just kind of show you what the library does. That people never think. Everybody thinks the library is from high school going, shh, no talking in the library. It's not like that at all. It's community service, and please show up. There'll be some food. There will be some food. But again, I just want to thank all of you. It's been a great experience. Good deal. How many? Need a commitment here. Good deal. Thank you. Thank you.
Anyone else wish to address the city council? All right, we'll go on to reports. Mayor and council, I'll start off with something you guys do off my thunder. Thanks to everyone in the city. And the 23rd went off great. My birthday celebration. The committee did an outstanding job putting everything together. And, you know, it's an honor for me to be mayor during this time. Everybody was complimentary about the Founders Day dinner, about all the activities we had through the month. And thanks to all the city employees and everybody who dedicated their time to serve on the committee. And there's a lot that was not appointed by me to the committee that did a lot of work. And that goes above and beyond what you think you get volunteers for. So that's much feel I'm done. Ms. Johnson, give me that.
No, he took mine answer from me.
That's why you need to go first, so you don't lose your thing. That's right. You have anything that's been in your last meeting?
Yes, I do. I have something to say. I'm going to try to read it as quick as I can so I can get through it. Since tonight is my last city council meeting, I wanted to give some thanks. Even though it's a bittersweet day for me, I feel profound gratitude, pride, and above all, humility for the journey we've shared together. Serving my community has been one of the greatest honors of my life, and it has been a privilege to advocate for change, support initiatives close to my heart, and witness the real meaningful impact of our work. But this journey would not have been possible without the City of Kingston employees. Nothing that I accomplished over the last 10 years would have happened without the dedicated, talented individuals who have worked tirelessly to turn those visions into reality. David, Kelly, Michelle, Kevin, Tim, Jim, Willie, Barbara, Lindsay, Tony, Andrew, and JR, thanks to you and your employees for the late nights, sacrifice weekends, and devotion to work we believe in. To the council members that I've served with, thank you for challenging me. The debates, discussions, and differing viewpoints only sharpened my focus and made my work stronger. You pushed me to be a better leader, and for that, I'm grateful. As I enter this next chapter of life, I do so with confidence and pride, not only in the achievements we made together, but with the people that remain and continue to do the work. This city of Kingston has a bright future, and I'm so excited to see where your talents and dedication take us. Though I'm stepping away, my belief in the power of public service remains as strong as ever. Thank you.
Thank you, Steve. Appreciate it. Really appreciate it. Mr. Brown, do you need anything?
Yes. Well, I don't know if I can get through this or not. So Stephanie did. And I told her when we came in, I wore my coat but didn't wear my tie just for her tonight. But I just want her to know, and the public and citizens of Kingston, y'all don't realize what a job she has done in the 8 years that she's been on council. She and I may not have agreed on everything, but we always came back and reasoned with each other so that we came out for the best of the citizens of Kingston. Whatever she's got on her mind of doing in the future, I'm for her. She's my girl, okay? I know that's kind of sexist, but
I'll let it slide.
it's been a privilege, Stephanie, to serve with you. You have made it enjoyable for me to come to city council. There was a time that it wasn't enjoyable to come and sit here and go through it, but you've done an outstanding job. I appreciate your service. The little plaque is something good to hang, but just remember, if you need anything from the council, we're your friends more than anything else.
Thank you, Mr. Brown. Mr. Wayne, do you have anything?
It's all been said, thank you.
Mr. Martin, do you have anything?
Yeah, just thank you. I wish we could have worked together longer, but and you've done a great job. I knew you before council, I knew of you, and I knew your work, and it speaks for itself. So I'm just thankful.
Mr. Brown, do you have anything?
I'd just like to say thank you too. I've been on here very long. My time I have and enjoyed it.
Not only are we losing a council member, we're losing the chairman of the planning commission also. That's one term we're doing. All right, calling the council now, Mr. City Manager, do you have anything to report tonight?
I do, Mayor, thank you. They covered all the thank yous. I'll just say that I don't want her to think she's off the hook because I'm gonna bug her more than anything now. So I promise you the phone calls and the emails will not stop. So I will keep her working on the city's behalf, don't worry. Just a few things here in addition to my written reports. Update on the paving. Rogers Group, we talked to them today. They're currently doing work in Harriman. We're the next on the list. They don't expect to be ready for our job until right after Thanksgiving, so we're weather dependent. Hopefully, if this mild weather continues, then they'll get to us early December. If not, the weather turns worse, we may be looking at spring, but we're going to be touch and go until we see what comes up weather-wise, but we are next, so keep your fingers crossed on that. I may have mentioned the bids for the ARC project for Lad Park will be coming to you all in December. We did, as you know, exceeded the budget. The bids did exceeded the budget for the project. We're hoping to know whether or not we can use some other grant funds to make up that difference, and hopefully we'll have an answer for that by the December workshop. But more to come on that, but we're hopeful that we can keep moving forward. The Build Grant, our steering committee will meet Thursday at 10 o'clock here at City Hall. I know they're coming to the Planning Commission. This will be a much deeper dive than that. If any of you are interested, you're certainly welcome to join us. That'll be 10 o'clock, I'd say the conference room in there. Several of you have asked about the bids that you authorized us to put out for 500 North Kentucky, the demolition of that property. There have been some questions that we've had to work on, some details to work out, but we think we have all that done, and we should be advertising that for bid maybe as quick as this week. So be looking for that. And only one other thing, we've had a lot of really good response for the trailer that we set up for donations for hurricane relief, for warm weather clothing. and supplies. There is still some room in the trailer, so we're going to extend that through the weekend. So if anybody has anything they want to donate, bring them down. And then next week, we'll be making arrangements to get all that delivered. So appreciate the response. There's a lot of stuff in there, but we hope to get a little more. And that's all I have, unless you have any questions.
The only question I got, if we don't get any paving done this year, can we be first on the list in the spring?
We're next up, whether it's December or it's in the spring, we're next in line. So.
Any questions for the city manager? I'd seeing none, we'll go into the agenda. Item 7 is addition of items to the meeting agenda received after the close of the agenda deadline. I do not have any. Number 8, unfinished business. Item A is consideration of the second and final reading of ordinance 24-100801, an ordinance revising the comprehensive codification and revision of the 2023 personal rules and regulations of the city of Kingston. Do you hear a motion for this ordinance?
Make the motion.
Second. Motion by Ms. Wright, second by Mr. Quinn. Ms. Wright?
Nothing, sir.
Mr. Quinn? Council. Seeing none, we're going, Madam Clerk, call the roll.
Councilmember Brandon?
Yes.
Councilmember Brown?
Yes.
Councilmember Wynn?
Yes.
Councilmember Johnson?
Yes.
Councilmember Martin?
Yes.
Councilmember Wright?
Yes.
Aye. In the new business, item A is consideration of first reading of ordinance 24-11-1201, an ordinance amending the annual budget for the city of Kingston, Tennessee for fiscal year 2024-2025. Ms. Kelly couldn't be here with us tonight. We did go over Tuesday night, so it's first reading, so we'll have it come back to us again next month. To hear a motion to consider this first reading.
Make motion to accept.
Mr. Brown, is there a second? Second, Mr. Quinn. Mr. Brown, anything?
I make motions so I can speak to it, I guess. And in the part that showed about the birthday party, you know, we're just real close to breaking even. If anybody wants to buy a shirt, that puts us over the top, and Kelly has those. If you want a birthday shirt for $20, you'll put us in the red.
Thank you, Mr. Brown. Mr. Williams?
No, I take care of it.
Okay. Council, anything? Madam Clerk, call the roll, please.
Councilmember Brandon?
Yes.
Councilmember Brown?
Yes.
Councilmember Wynn?
Yes.
Councilmember Johnson?
Yes.
Councilmember Martin?
Yes.
Councilmember Wright?
Yes.
Mayor Nichols?
Aye. Item B is consideration of first reading of ordinance 24-11-1202, an ordinance amending the annual budget for the city of Kingston, Tennessee Water Sewer Fund for fiscal year 2024-25. Do you hear a motion for this?
I'll make the motion.
Motion by Ms. Brown, is there a second?
Second. Oh.
Get them all in when you can.
I'll second.
After Ms. Johnson. What's your last word? Do you have anything on this, Ms.
I
Brown?
know.
Ms. Johnson, do you have anything?
No.
Council. Madam Clerk, call the roll, please.
Councilmember Brandon?
Yes.
Councilmember Brown?
Yes.
Councilmember Wynn?
Yes.
Councilmember Johnson?
Yes.
Councilmember Martin?
Yes.
Councilmember Wright?
Yes.
Aye. Item C is consideration to authorize the mayor to execute a quick claim deed between the city of Kingston and Felicia Day Kegley regarding property on Kingwood Street, tax ID number 008-1 and 008-0111. Motion. Motion for Mr. Quinn, is there a second?
Second.
Second, Ms. Johnson. Mr. Quinn, do you have anything?
No.
Ms. Johnson?
No.
Council? Discussion? Madam Clerk, call the roll, please.
Councilmember Brandon?
Yes.
Councilmember Brown?
Yes.
Councilmember Wynn?
Yes.
Councilmember Johnson?
Yes.
Councilmember Martin?
Yes.
Councilmember Wright?
Yes.
Mayor Nichols?
Aye. Item D is consideration to approve a request from Caldwell Banker to close Spring Street from 3rd to North to Kentucky Street on November 23rd for a private event. I believe we had talked about this Tuesday night also. I hear a motion to close that street on the 23rd.
I'll motion.
Motion by Ms. Johnson, is there a second?
Second.
Second by Ms. Wright. Ms. Johnson, anything?
No.
Ms. Wright?
No.
Council? Madam Clerk, call the roll on consideration of closing that road.
Councilmember Brandon?
Yes.
Councilmember Brown?
Yes.
Councilmember Wynn?
Yes.
Councilmember Johnson?
Yes.
Councilmember Martin?
Yes.
Councilmember Wright?
Yes.
Mayor Nichols?
Aye. Item E is consideration to appoint Vice Mayor Tony Brown to the Roane County Emergency Communication District Board of Directors for a term ending November 30th, 2028.
Motion.
Second. Motion by Ms. Wright, second by Mr. Williams. Ms. Wright, do you have anything?
He's doing a good job, why change it?
Yeah, right. Mr. Whitney, no. Madam Clerk, call the roll to approve Vice Mayor Brown to the E911.
Councilmember Bradley.
Yes.
Vice Mayor Brown.
Yes.
Councilmember Wynn.
Yes.
Councilmember Johnson.
Yes.
Councilmember Martin.
Yes.
Councilmember Wright.
Yes.
Mayor Moore.
Aye. Item F is consideration to approve the purchase of 2 snow plows and 2 salt spreaders at the state Chelsea contract price in the amount not to exceed $30,000 from the undesignated fund balance. This is something that David and I both let slip last Tuesday night to talk about. Hoping I'll have to use them this year, but Mr. Bowley can attest, last year was a struggle with what we had, so this helped get us caught up. And I asked Mr. Clark about this probably 6-8 months ago. I want to make sure we get it done before winter. So I hear a motion to approve this purchase.
I'll make a motion.
Second.
Mr. Reynolds, second, Mr. Redmond, Ms. Wright.
It's truly amazing that the job that they were able to do during that snow event last year with the equipment they have. And so I'm glad they're getting an upgrade.
Yeah, and I'm sure it'll, it'll help. Council, anything? Yes, Mr. Bailey.
The ones that we're looking at on the state bid, are they plastic? And they got electric motors? If not, I would recommend highly that you get the plastic ones. They last longer than the stainless steel because everything on them is not stainless steel or aluminum or whatever they're made of. And that electric motor, it keeps the employees from having to carry a 5-gallon bucket and stop, go fill it up. The electric, there's a switch that comes with it. You operate it from inside the cab. They don't have to get out. So I try to make it as easy
I
as
don't
you
know the
can.
answer to that, but I'll make sure that gets passed on.
I'm
Thank you.
sure Tim will be looking out for it.
Anyone else? Madam Clerk, call the roll, please.
Councilmember Bradley.
Yes.
Vice Mayor Brown.
Yes.
Councilmember Wynn.
Yes.
Councilmember Johnson.
Yes.
Councilmember Martin.
Yes.
Councilmember Wright.
Yes.
Mayor Moore.
Aye. Being the end of the agenda, the city council meeting is adjourned. And we'll go into the regular meeting of the Kingston Beer Board. Madam Clerk, will you please call the roll?
Member Bradley.
Here.
Vice Chair Brown.
President.
Member Wynn.
Present.
Member Johnson.
Present.
Member Martin. Here. Member Wright.
Present.
Present. Do we hear a motion to approve the previous minutes? As written? Motion by Mr. Martin, is there a second?
Second.
Second by Ms. Wright. Don't believe there's any correction and deletions because there wasn't much going on last night. Madam Clerk, call the roll on the previous minutes.
Member Bradley.
Yes.
Vice Chair Brown.
Yes.
Member Wynn.
Yes.
Member Johnson.
Yes.
Member Martin.
Yes.
Member Wright.
Yes.
Chairman Hill.
Aye. Do we have any citizens wishing to address the Beer Board tonight? Yes. Yes, please. Yeah, when you're on the,
Yes, I'm not sure if I was supposed to just stay back there. Wait, I want to make sure it wasn't.
yeah, if we have any questions about the permit, we will,
Okay, okay.
after we talk with the chief, we can ask you.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Mr. Mayor,
Yes.
I'm just sitting here thinking, I believe that we've got 4 members that this will be the first line of business that they've had
Yes.
as a beer board.
Yes.
So welcome to the beer board.
It's been, I don't know how many years. Okay. Anyone else want to address the Beer Board? Seeing none, new business, consideration to approve an application for a beer permit from E. Jalisco Mexican Restaurant at 798 Galahar Road. Do you hear a motion to approve this permit?
I'll make the motion.
Second. Second, Mr. Quinn. Mr. Wright, I'll start with you. Anything?
I do not have anything.
Mr. Quinn? I refer to the chief. Last week, Detective Kyle explained everything out in their application. Do you have anything else to add to it?
No, sir. Everything else is good.
Everything's good to go? Do board members have any questions? So the one question I would have is, what's your planned opening date?
We're not, stay here.
It's fine.
We're hoping early or late next month, so probably towards Christmas. We still have a lot of things we have to finish up before we get ready.
Okay. Good luck. Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Madam Clerk, if you please call the roll on this beer permit.
Member Bradley.
Yes.
Vice Chair Brown.
Yes.
Member Wynn.
Yes.
Member Johnson.
Yes.
Member Martin.
Yes.
Member Wright.
Yes.
Chairman Hill.
All right. No more of the business coming for the beer board meetings adjourned. And we'll go to the regular scheduled meeting of the Kingston Water Board. Madam Clerk, will you please call the roll?
Member Bradley.
Here.
Vice Chair Brown.
Present.
Member Wynn.
Present.
Member Johnson.
Present.
Member Martin.
Present.
Member Wright.
Present.
Present. Do you hear a motion to approve the previous minutes as written?
I'll make the motion.
Second. Motion by Ms. Wright, second by Mr. Quinn. Any corrections or deletions to minutes?
No, sir.
Anyone else? Board members? Madam Clerk, call on previous minutes.
Member Redmond.
Yes.
Vice Chair Brown.
Yes.
Member Wynn.
Yes.
Member Johnson.
Yes.
Member Martin.
Yes.
Member Wright.
Yes.
Chairman Hill.
Aye. Do we have any citizens that wish to address the beer board, water board tonight? Not used to having.
Very much. My name is Beverly Ray, and I live at 138 Highland Drive in Kingston. At the last two work sessions, the neighbors have shared with the council that as a neighborhood, we are collectively opposed to sewer service in our neighborhood. And we've even provided a petition with signatures to demonstrate this opposition. We understand that although currently we will not be charged if we do not use the service, it was said that this council will revisit the option to change this decision in July and then into the future. So there's no guarantee, there's no, you can't promise our residents that we won't be charged in the future for this. We also understand that if we have sewer in front of our property, we'll be denied a septic permit if needed for a permit required repair to our septic system. Therefore, you cannot guarantee that we will not be financially impacted by the decision of this council to approve sewer for a single user. Throughout this matter, we've been told by person after person that we are fighting an upward battle because money matters more than people. I moved from California to Kingston, Tennessee a year ago to escape this very kind of politics. To say I'm disheartened was an understatement. It is true. It is true that these lots were for sale for over a year. We all knew they would hurt, but we didn't know whether a single user could get the city to pay for sewer extension and affect the entire neighborhood. We now know so many things we didn't know before. I would have personally loved to purchase the lots that Mr. Muncy bought, but my husband started battling cancer about a month after we moved here in November of 2023. Taking out another loan at that time was not an option, as he missed so much work when he was undergoing his treatment. Another neighbor also offered to purchase the property from the developer prior to finalizing this closing, but her offer was denied. I'm only saying this because if sewer is denied, we do have willing buyers in our neighborhood so that the developer is not left without options. Our neighborhood was not out to get this developer. We understand he has done wonderful things for the city and community. But this matter has just affected us personally because we live there. He doesn't, you don't. We live there. And so this is not an investment opportunity for us. I'm here for people, neighbors, like Miss Debbie Dukes, who has lived in her home for decades on the backside of the lot and is concerned for the excavation affecting the stability of her home. I'm here for John and Nika Bilbrey, who hope to sell their home in the next few years to be closer to their grandchildren, and they fear the impact of the rentals and downhill drainage will impact their home sale. I'm here because I believe that people still matter more than money. To quote the words of Jesus, my Lord and Savior, and I know you all pray before the meetings, and so I'm really hoping that means something. He said in Matthew 6:24, no one can serve two masters, for either he will hate the one and love the other, or he will be devoted to one and despise the other. You cannot serve God and money. The work has already started across the street from my house. Therefore, it needs me to believe that a decision has already been made and that the developer has been told that. And that hurts me. That hurts me so desperately badly. I can't. I have no words. But thank you for your time and consideration. I appreciate it.
Thank you, Ms. Ray. And also, you know, I didn't make any comments last month, but after I got the petition, and if I had lived on that street and didn't know anything, I would have signed it too without, you know, knowing anything. Because the first line of the petition says, we are opposed to being forced into sewer service. No one is forcing anybody on that street to go in for sewer service. What you're talking about that is supposed to come up in June will probably come up sooner than June. I mean, July. It'll probably come up sooner than July. I had someone speak to that issue tonight. The Kingston Water Department and the City Council are two different entities. The Water Department is a business that we have to increase our customers in order to keep water rates low for you as a customer of the city. That way, if we have a chance to extend our sewer, that's something that we need to do to create more customers for the city of Kingston, to keep your water bill low. So it's not that we're out to get anybody on that road. We have been asked for a service, and if we can supply that service, we're going to be able to.
I guess the way we feel that we're being forced is that if in the future my septic tank goes, then I have no choice. I can't fix my septic. I have to go to sewer.
And that's the state of Tennessee thing. That's not our thing.
Right.
The state of Tennessee will be the one to tell you you have to go on that.
For replacement, not
Yeah, for replacement. If it's repair, no, but if you have to replace the whole septic system, which I don't know how much the septic system would cost these days. I don't know. Mr. Hamilton, how far down Highland Drive does this sewer line go?
It goes to the corner, from Orchard, it goes to the far corner of Mr. Muncie's two lots.
So it's 300 feet-ish.
I don't know the exact measure, but let's just, let's just say 500-600 feet from Orchard to the edge of his property.
And if any one of your other neighbors that are out there that live further down the street, for example, if, you know, Mr. Clark, who I've known from, went to school with on my entire life, if he had a sewer issue, we're already there to help him out, or to help out his next neighbor, you know, Miss Scott, Miss Rose. So we would be there to help them out as well. Anyone else wishing to address the board? Yes.
It would take you a few minutes.
So, well, all right.
I want to give you a picture of the property behind my house that I took right before I came to this meeting. Mr. Muncie started excavating today.
Ma'am, what is your name? What is your name?
Patricia Lawrence. I live on 195 Orchard Drive. And he started excavating and burning. The fence is north end is my home. And it's very close to my home. No one's been called to put the fire out as yet.
Actually, the fire department was there earlier and someone cussed out the building next to it.
That is, I mean, that with what that is, it's not with us. That is with the county.
I'm sorry?
That has nothing to do with what this water group does.
But my home is above where he's excavating, which means if we get a lot of rain and all that growth is washed away, my hill will slide and my home will slide.
Well, I cannot speak for the planning and zoning of the county, but I'm sure that Mr. Muncie has showed plans to them is what he's planning on doing. What we're doing tonight with the sewer has nothing to do with what he builds there, what he puts there, anything.
I thought the state required a 3-day notice before.
excavate into the people that were going to be woke up in the middle.
Not that I'm aware of.
It's, and we don't approve that, the county does, Roane County. It's without outside of the city of Kingston district for building or planning or any of that. You need to go to the planning and zoning office or Glencoe for.
We also know some of the things burning and no one was watching fire.
Like I said, that has nothing to do.
There's nothing you can do.
No, ma'am.
To the camp.
I just want you to know what the county is dealing with this financing.
That's between Mr. Muncie and the counties. It has nothing to do with us. Yes, sir. You in the back. You held your hand up 2 or 3 times to get you up here.
So if they burn down my house, I have to move.
Hi, my name is Isaac Britt, and I work for D.R. Horton. I'm a project manager there. I'm here to talk about the lights community for the plans you guys are approving. I understand you guys had a workshop last week, that went really well. Just here, happy to answer any questions I can. Unfortunately, our engineer couldn't be here tonight, so just going to do what I can on the technical questions if you have any. But otherwise, I'm available for questions.
I don't have any, and I know Mr. Hamilton just had several
It's on the
questions.
agenda.
It's on the agenda to discuss, but right now we don't have any.
Yeah, okay, just want to hear myself. Thank you.
Anyone else wishing to address the water board?
I do, please. So, this has been, I think, here.
And could you please state your name and address?
Sure. James Muncie, 133 Bradford Village Way, Kingston, Tennessee. I grew up here and moved away for about 15 years, so it's been about 45 years of my life here. The property, this is the third time it's been back here for the water or for the sewer. I'm more than willing to work with these people. They have not shown any real desire to work with me, that they don't want to have any real conversation. The lady who just spoke, her husband came out and cussed out our excavator.
Oh, no, my husband wasn't home, so he couldn't have been.
Whoever, not you.
It doesn't matter. We're not having conversations between the audience and you.
Well,
If you've got issues with them, with other people, then that can be done here. If you have something to talk about in the sewer line,
yeah.
that will be done here.
All I'm trying to say is that the sewer, we need the sewer. I think if you looked at the stuff we built, we're not going to try and drive down the property value. We're not here to harm the citizens or the neighborhood. We're going to build something that's nice, and the properties we built have gone up in value, not down in value. We have no desire to be vindictive, and I feel like we have done a good job, and we've been approached by people to say, hey, we need you to do more, not less. And so we are willing to work with the neighbors, but I'm not going to get into the last time we were at a meeting at the planning commission. They had to have one of the sheriff deputies come out onto the porch there of the courthouse to break it up. And all I was trying to do was tell them, hey, you know, we're not here to harm you. And it got out of hand.
And that's
one person driving that.
That's between you guys and them. All we're here to do is discuss whether or not we're going to move the sewer line 500, 600 feet to get to your piece of property.
Okay. And all I would say, you know, is we think it's good for the city, we think it's good for the county, we think it's going to increase your revenue tax base, it's going to bring new people into the city and to the county. And I've worked with Kevin on multiple dozen properties. We're not the bad guy. We're not the boogeyman. And I'm a follower of Jesus, and so you know I'm not
I'm not trying to get sideways with half the people on here. Okay?
All right, thank you, Mr. President. Anyone else wishing to address the water board? All right, seeing none, move on to the utility director's report.
I don't have anything to report this month unless y'all have any questions for me.
I've got one in reading the report. Looks like our water lossage, percent of our water loss is coming up in the past few months. Is that something typical to see with small leaks and stuff, or?
It is. You can, if you go back and look at our yearly averages, you'll see that there's months where it spikes up. As a matter of fact, I was looking at that earlier today, Mr. Chairman. There was a day or so last month that we had a lot of, we produced a lot of water. I think one day was a little over 1 million, another day was about 900 and something thousand that we done. We normally average somewhere around 700,000 a day, give or take. No explanation as to why it was that much. We have noticed that some days we're having a little more drop overnight on our tanks than what we have. But also, I don't think it's anything to be alarmed about. We monitor it. Like I say, over the last year, we have had some high months, and then it's come back down. But from this time last year, our averages are still about 20%. The regulatory requirement from the state's 40%, so we're still well below where we need to be.
Yeah, I like to brag about that.
Did we flush fire hydrants?
Yeah, but I think and that could be part of it. It wouldn't.
Well, when we flush like that, we report. Another thing, just saying this, a lot of times when you look at these reports, we report to the state from the first to the end of the month. A lot of times the number that we're using runs from read to read cycle. So what you would really see is that I'm just giving this number. If we actually done from read to read, like what the girls in the office are giving us for the bill consumption, that percentage might drop down 3 or 4%. But the state and what we have to report, or what they give us, is not totally the same dates.
And I did happen to be up on the Tennessee River around Loudon Sunday, and it looked pretty clear. So how's our turbidity done now compared to 3 weeks ago?
Today was 8. So it's still coming down. Keep your fingers crossed. But we're getting more in the normal ranges. 10, 12 sort of normal for us too, after a rain or something. But yeah, we're well below where we're at. But it's continuing to fall, and everything's looking good. Getting more of our run times out of it, out of the plant and everything. So we're getting back to a little bit pre-hurricane.
Anybody else have any questions for the utility director? Mr. Butler, you have anything to add?
I'll just add proudly that as of the December 2023 report, we were the only public utility in the county that was below the regulatory threshold for line loss, 40%. So,
well, that's why I like to keep an eye on this, so we can brag a little bit.
We were up a little bit last month. As Kevin said, it does spike occasionally. Other months it drops down to 13, 14%. So we jump on them, and we're glad that we don't have the problems that some in the 50s, 60s, and 70s have. So.
Correct. And I would be shocked if it don't fall this next summer.
It's just a number I saw that's coming to my attention.
Well, don't believe me. I watch them do this.
All right, new business. Item A is consideration of request for sewer service on Highland Drive. What I'd like to do, and I look back at some of our old agendas and meeting minutes on some other sewer lines that we had done, and we had made a motion to have the utility director and city manager in negotiations with the person wanting the sewer to draw out an agreement with running the sewer. So that's kind of the way I'd like a motion to be presented, to where that these two can get Mr. Muncie and hash out stuff. you. Do you have a motion for that?
I'll make the motion.
Motion, Mr. Martin, is there a second?
Second.
Second, Ms. Johnson. Mr. Martin, you have anything?
No, I'm just assuming that if that were to be the case, after we voted or whatever, these two men would work with him just to secure how it's going to be implemented, cost, all that.
Yes. Ms. Johnson, do you have anything?
No.
Board members?
So does that mean it comes back to the board to approve the cost?
I didn't see when the last one we did came back. I'd have to go back and check that.
But those other instances, there were multiple people wanting to be on.
Not necessarily. There's one instance, or was it just one customer? That the line was ran a lot further than what this is.
But there were multiple customers.
No.
There was only one customer. Which road is that?
O'Berry?
Warren Lane, I want to think 151 Lane, I believe. And that was in 2022.
I had to go back and look too.
I would have to look at the circumstances. I can't recall.
Yeah, it was just a single, individual property owner.
But how many properties did it pass?
So, yeah, more than what this affected.
What did you say the address was?
151 Lane, I believe. It would be the property at the very end of Warren. I want to think maybe an 8-9 acre tract.
Well, she looks at anyone else, Mr. Bowman.
Mayor, I just don't want to muddy this up, but, obviously this is very contentious, and I feel like Kevin and I need some kind of direction from this board. We can work out the details, but as far as, yes, we want to run the sewer line, no, we don't. I feel like the board needs to, I don't necessarily feel like that's something we have the authority to decide.
So there's a motion on the table, the motion that's on the table.
Right. To have these two, give Mr. Muncie and get into an agreement, and it can come back before this board.
So why would it need to be, there needs to be agreement with Mr. Muncie regarding the sewer line?
Well, it's kind of the same reason I guess we did it in 2022 when I was talking to Mr. Hamilton this afternoon about it. And that's when I looked it back up on our minutes from the meeting. I think it had to do with costs associated, and I don't remember if it came back to the board and we said, okay, we would pay for it that way.
If I can remember correct, I think on that particular one, we just brought it to the board one time. The property owner requested, and we brought it to the board, and I want to think we voted on it, and then we just proceeded with it, I think. Is how we've done that.
We can look back at some of the old minutes to make sure we did it does, it was the 3 Street.
O'Berry, well, it was really just Warren, but we also done, Ward Road, and then we also had the,
Ward was multiple customers.
yeah, multiple customers, and then West Ridge Crest was included in that. We had 3 projects sort of going on at the same time. 2 of those being inside the city, the third one, Warren Lane, in the county, and sort of different.
And we already had it down O'Berry.
No, we only.
So we ran it down O'Berry and then down Warren to the end of the road.
We come from Gallahart up, and of course, O'Berry, it went up O'Berry, but before it went into the trailer park, we turned to the right and went out Warren. Because all of that up there on O'Berry that goes on around, that's private property.
I could have sworn it was all the same family that was on that road, but I may be mistaken.
So just so I'm clear, you want us to negotiate with Mr. Muncie and come back next month?
Yes.
We'll not vote tonight.
Yeah, we will vote on this agreement. We won't give them permission to go to Mr. Muncie and get an agreement together.
Tonight.
Yes.
With all due respect,
Not until someone gives to you, Mr. Muncie, can you speak? What you had?
I'm just trying to wrap my mind around that, like, what that looks like. Just why that's a better option than just voting to approve or to deny. That's my question. Maybe that's been a precedent in the past, and I'm not aware of it.
Just from when I was talking to Mr. Hamilton, went back and looked at some of the minutes that we've done in the past and ran this sewer line outside of the city, that part of the cost, if not most of the cost, went on the person wanting the sewer. So I think we need to find out what our options are with Mr. Muncie.
If we're still negotiating who's gonna pay for what, then there's really nothing to vote on tonight. I don't understand voting on going into negotiations. You don't, I mean, it's a sewer line, it's a sewer line. I don't know what negotiations there would be. Unless it's gonna come back and to vote on the cost or whatever.
That was the thought about it. And like I said, I could go back and look at the minutes after that the meeting that we had about out there over at Mr. Well.
I'm not telling you how to do your business, but I would think, if I think this is going where it wants to go, if you want us to continue talking with Mr. Muncie, maybe the appropriate thing would be to table the motion until next month. But I mean, I can't make the decision, yes, the city's gonna pay for this, or no, we're gonna make the developer pay for that. That's a decision you all are gonna have to make. Now, we can meet with Mr. Muncie and see what he's willing to do or not willing to do, and then come back to you all about it.
That's fine. That's, it would be fine.
We're willing to do $3,000.
One second, please.
Mr. Mayor, so the intent is that, the way I understand, I'm confused. So we're going to try to get him to pay for it then?
At least a portion.
Extended, it's not okay.
And it's up to you guys. You can withdraw that motion and make it up. It doesn't matter to me. Someone has to withdraw that motion and make it up.
the cost?
I believe Kevin said last week around 12,000.
About
Just
12?
a ballpark though.
That is correct, around the $12,000.
Just help you. It's pretty customary to have a customer help pay for that.
We have done both ways in the past.
And I think a lot of it is, if it's multiple customers, I think the department has picked up the cost. But I think on this one single, it was one customer.
On
Casey's, they were paying for it.
Yeah, Casey's was paying for it.
Casey's was putting a portion, they were going to put part in, Warren Lane, they paid the material, that was their choice.
That makes sense as to why we voted for it on one lane, is because the customer was paying for it. I believe we paid for Wade Road, is that Ward Road, because multiple customers were connecting. So this is a little different.
Mr. Bowe.
A good example would be Galilean extension that we did a few years back. The one who requested that was quite a ways out the road. So in that case, we did a survey, we got the feedback, we saw that there were enough people to justify the expense. This one's a little different because it's a very short length, but because of that one, because it was so long, we did send out the petitions and they came back. I don't know what the percent was, but it was above the threshold, so.
Yeah, I knew there was a reason why on Warren that we approved that.
And we did send out the survey letters in this case too. So
Yeah.
I'll point that out.
Yeah, right, and, right.
Mr. Muncy, you had something?
Can I go up there and address this one more time?
Yes.
So, when you think about what we're discussing here, we're talking a very short distance that we're running this over there. Secondly, I'm paying for the tabs. I'm paying over the course of each month, we're paying the sewer people. So you are actually getting your revenue. So every time that, in my business model, every time that I invest something, there is a return on the back end, not necessarily on the front end. But more than anything tonight, I would really, really appreciate to diffuse the animosity and the poor will that's gone on with this situation. If we could vote tonight to either yes or no.
Yes or no that we pay for it?
Well, yes or no that it passes.
That's what we're talking about. What are we passing? What are we voting on?
Well, we're passing the fact that we can have water up there, and then we can hash it out with Kevin and Mr. Dolan.
The water's already there, Mr. Muncy. I think what Ms. Wright and everybody's asking is, what are you necessarily wanting to vote on? Are you wanting to say yes or no that they're paying for it and then it's done, or do you want to come back to
What I don't want to do is come back here again and face all the community again, taking me on as if I'm some kind of
Mr. Bell, you go.
So I don't have the authority to extend sewer lines. I do have the authority to negotiate a deal. So, conceivably, if you all vote yes or no, we're gonna extend the sewer lines, there would be no problem with you doing that contingent on the city and Mr. Muncy working out some sort of arrangement. As long as this board's gone on record saying, yes, we're going to do it, then we can work out the details.
Yeah, that's.
But I think we need a vote from this board. So, maybe as simple as amending that motion to do it contingent on us, negotiating the deal, the best arrangement we can on the city's behalf. We do that all the time.
Right.
But
And will that come back?
it doesn't have to, no. I mean, your part would be to vote to extend the sewer line. We can work out the details amongst ourselves. If the cost is $12,000, that's below my approval threshold. So I could approve that expenditure if we paid
Oh, well, then it doesn't matter.
100% of it, but I don't
approve that.
But I don't have the authority to extend the line, so that's the biggest issue. Now, we can come back and say, we met with Mr. Muncy, we agreed to split the cost, we did whatever, those details. But as far as the actual extension of the line, that would require the board's action. So if you all do that, we're more than happy to work out the details.
And I think that's kind of what Tom, what this motion says.
Yeah, I'm in a tough spot. How do I agree to run if the sewer line is going to be extended if I don't know who's going to be, go for it. I'm sorry.
I guess this is a lawyer may tell me not to ask this question.
Oh, no.
Mr. Muncy, are you willing to pay for any part of this sewer extension?
I don't think that I should have to.
Yes or no?
I don't think I should have to,
That's good.
but I mean, if you guys are going to play hardball and it's going to be, you're not going to do it if I don't, then I guess I'm at your mercy.
Well, I don't think we're playing hardball at all. I mean, if you don't have sewer, you can't do nothing with that piece of property.
I know.
So, I mean, you need us more than we need you just as a customer.
And I guess the reason I asked where I'm coming from, if he said that he's not going to help at all, there's no need of a meeting, then David will approve it.
if we vote to extend it, then they approve the 12. Can I ask you a question that I'm fuzzy on this because I don't quite understand all the details? When I buy a tap, what does that actually do for the city? Is that a revenue generating portion? Am I buying something that generates revenue for the city?
To an extent, I mean, you're paying for the materials involved in the tap.
So if I'm buying 2 to 4 taps, are you not going to generate close to the $12,000 that you need to cover the initial cost plus the monthly?
You're talking about buying the eggs. We're talking about chicken right now. So we're not to the tap part. We got to have line first. So let's.
Hey, I'm here to work with you guys. I mean, if it's going to be that, I'm not here to cause problems. I'll work with you.
So, Mr., just a point of order, because the motion and the seconder, did they include anything about extending the sewer line to Highland?
No. It's kind of withdraw it, make a new motion.
Thank you.
Give up a motion.
I'm just trying to decide how I'm going to vote on the, as it sits right now.
My only thing, this is my only thing, they can take all things into consideration. What we do next on how we vote on this, basically we're making our decision on whether he pays or he doesn't pay because he's a single individual. Had he brought another person with him on that street, then maybe what we're saying is he wouldn't have to pay, because that's been the precedent. I think my only thing is we're setting a precedent one way or another, and that to me is scary. Like, I don't like that. I'd rather us pick one way or the other, whether, he has to pay it or he doesn't have to pay it, regardless of whether he's a single guy or there's 4 of them. Because I think it puts this council in a water board in a weird spot.
And that's the point I was making. We've done this so many different ways. We've done it where they paid it, done it where we paid it. It's probably time to do a policy regarding this. If we do a petition in the future, like we did on this road, and we get 51% wants it, then we'll put in the line, we'll pay for it. If there was no consensus of getting the line, like there was in this, the person that's wanting it should pay for it. But we have no policy.
That's right.
So it's kind of situational how we've been dealing with it. And you're correct. If it's possible that we're setting precedent here, and there's going to be a lot of people coming in wanting a free sewer line to their home. So, you have to be real careful. I am all for development. I want more homes. I want more renters. I want more sales. But as far as the utility board, we have to make, good decisions for our ratepayers. So.
Let me ask you a question. Again, I'm just trying to ascertain information. The more people that you have in the county base or the city base, does that not increase property taxes? Does that not increase people who are paying taxes?
We don't, it's county.
But still, you're increasing your expansion.
That doesn't affect.
This is just a utility board.
That doesn't affect because it's not inside the city. It's the county, not the city. Right. Yeah, so Ms. Ray earlier, we're the city of Kingston Water Board. Water Board is, utilities is done like a business.
Can I make a motion to annex?
No.
Annex for the whole thing, and then everybody be happy.
All right.
Yes,
Thank you, Mr. Munson. All right.
So the motion is withdrawn.
Motion to withdraw. Do not have a motion on the floor. Do I have a motion from sewer service to Highland Drive? Motion. Motion by Mr. Gwynn. Is there a second?
Yeah, second.
Good to see you, Mr. Martin. Mr. Gwynn, is there anything else to discuss on this?
They're going to negotiate like we're talking about.
No, that's been withdrawn.
This is just,
Okay.
I'm good. Mr. Martin.
So we're voting either up or down, right? Yes or no?
Mr. Brown, do you have anything? Ms. Johnson, do you have anything? No. Mr. Wright, do you have anything? Mr. Brown, do you have anything?
No.
Madam Clerk, call the roll.
Member Bradford.
President on both.
What was that?
He abstained.
Vice Chair Brown.
Yes.
Member Wynn.
Yes.
Member Johnson.
Yes.
Member Martin.
Yes.
Member Wright.
No.
Chairman Evans.
Yes.
Thank you all.
Item B is consideration of request by Darrell Horton in the city of Kingston to accept water and wastewater infrastructure in Longville Heights development once installed, contingent on adherence to regulations and approval of all required inspections. It's something that Mr. Hamilton brought to us last month or last week, and the gentleman spoke on it there. Do we hear a motion for this consideration?
Make motion.
Second.
Motion by Mr. Brennan, second by Ms. Wright. Mr. Brennan, do you know? Ms. Wright?
Just as long as there's stop gaps in this motion, that everything is followed by rules and regulations and inspections. Just want to make sure that that's the case.
There will be.
Okay, thank you.
I know Kevin has got to be inspecting everything that does.
Perfect.
Board members, do you have anything else on this? Madam Clerk, call the roll, please.
Member Bradford.
Yes.
Vice Chair Brown.
Yes.
Member Wynn.
Yes.
Member Johnson.
Yes.
Member Martin.
Yes.
Member Wright.
Yes.
Chairman Evans.
Aye. Is there any other business to come before the water board tonight? Seeing none, this means adjourned.